Alright, let's go inside in Walgreens and get some cacao, some chocolate. Music.
Purchase all tracks today.
Two for $3. You want? You want? Alright. Packaging looks nice. Okay. So typically, what is the big deal about cacao versus regular chocolate? So if it's a late night and you're busy working and you have a sweet tooth, you want to eat a snack, grab a cacao bar to eat, because not only is it going to satisfy your sweet tooth craving, but it's also going to help you to focus while you are working as well. Cacao alone has more iron than spinach. It has more iron that you would get in beef and chicken. Cacao is also high in antioxidants. One of the reasons why cacao is derived from the cocoa bean itself, and the same way this cacao, you get chocolate from the cacao bean, but the only difference between cacao and chocolate is overly processed to a point where they make it super sweet and delicious for us, and all the antioxidants are taken out of the cacao itself, so we're not receiving the benefits of cacao. So this is one of the reasons why you should grab and pick up cacao. I also recommend, if you're going to grab cacao, and I mean, at times, you know, like I mentioned before, it's late night, not a lot of stores are open, so you can't really grab something organic. They don't sell organic everywhere. But if you are out earlier during the day, stop at a location where you can get organic cacao. And that way you're getting more benefits from the cacao itself. Oftentimes, you know, chocolate is overly processed. They have GMO, pesticides. We don't really think about that stuff because we're like, it's chocolate, it's candy. But the same way that we would go about purchasing our meats and our veggies and making sure that they are FDA approved or USDA approved or whatever, you know. Yeah, and if you want to grab something on the fly, all right, I understand it. But if you do have organic, that would be a better option. When you actually pay attention to the cacao bar itself, this cacao bar itself, the actual serving size in the 72% cacao is 2.5 servings. It is caloric dense. It's 220 calories, but it's less sugar. You would get only, well, 10 grams of sugar in this one. The other one was 5. Okay, so in this one you would get 10 grams of sugar in one serving, which is still better than a regular Snicker bar, Hershey bar, or any other candy bar that you may feel tempted to eat late night. It's still a better option or alternative, but also be mindful because it is caloric dense. It is 220 calories, so just stick with the serving size when you are enjoying this treat. This is a treat. So enjoy it.
You tried the Daco? You tried the other one?
Yeah.
Too bitter?
Yeah.
You put your number?
Cacao. Yeah. It's more
Have a good night. Chocolate is meant to be sweet, Teresa. No, it's not.
Yes,
it's not.
It really is.
It's not. How many times have I told you this? Chocolate is meant to be sweet. No, it's not.
Yeah, we
then
like
it's
it
all
sweet.
sugar.
Yes.
Well, that's why it's a candy. We're not gonna argue. You can take out your phone.
In case you're wondering what the percentage means on the cacao powder, the higher the percentage means the more cacao that they put in the bar itself and the bitter it is. I know a lot of people don't like bitter chocolate, but it is actually better because they're using less sugar. But this one is a 72%. This is a guilty pleasure of mine. I'm not going to lie to you because it's a little bit sweeter than the 86% cacao powder. They also have a different brand that has 90% cacao. But for the most part, it's not too bad. So this is definitely an enjoyable, guilt-free snack as long as you're sticking within the serving size and you are being mindful of how much you're consuming. You are on the right track.
Straight in.
Did I start my summer shred? Well,
Yeah.
actually, today was my cheat day. I started my summer shred 2 weeks ago.
Your cheat day? What you cheated with?
I had a burger, medium well with a fried egg,
Yeah.
mushroom, Swiss, grilled onions.
Magda said that's unacceptable.
It's my cheat day.
Magda, is that unacceptable for him?
On a cheat day?
Yeah, on a cheat day.
Nah, if it's
But he been
cheat
cheating
day-
his whole life.
Oh, wow.
He don't get it. This come from the same two people that what?
Let's say, how many wings we get? 15, 16?
Oh,
Yeah,
so-
10 for me, 5 for you. No, that's 10 for me, 5 for you.
I'm glad to see you watching the vlogs. You watching the vlogs.
Yeah, man.
So today's going to be a deadlift exercise routine. So we're going to do 10 to 12 reps, and I'm sorry, we're going to do 10 to 12 sets, and anywhere between 6 to 12 reps of the exercise routine. So today is just pure deadlifting. You already see me warming up on the Stairmaster. We've already stretched to just open up our hips area, and then we're going to go straight into the compound, meaning that it's exercising more than one muscle group at one time. So you don't really have to focus on isolating when you are performing a deadlift exercise routine. You're working on literally every single last muscle group in your body. So this is one of the reasons why it's very beneficial to incorporate deadlifts into your exercise. So I forgot to mention that right now we're going to do progressive loading, meaning that you're gradually increasing the weight load as you go through the sets. Progressive loading is definitely one of my favorite exercise routines to incorporate. First starting off light just to warm up those muscles. Never start off heavy. That's a mistake that most people go into, trying to show off how strong they are, but don't do that. That's a mistake. Start off light and then gradually increase the weight. Best way to build your strength and prevent yourself from being injured. Okay, so I noticed that when I deadlift, because I have a anterior pelvic tilt, which means that my pelvis naturally tilts forward. Have you paid attention? Like, look at my pelvis. Whenever I perform a deadlift or a squat, I have to activate my lower core muscles and bring my pelvis in this way. So I'm gonna put my hands on my hips to show you what I mean, right? So naturally my pelvis is tilted down like this. What I need to do is activate it and bring it down, bring it up so that it can be neutral. So when I come down into that deadlift, my form is proper. Front, chest up. Go around your back, go like this. Or a nice flat back, your chest is up, your core is engaged, right? And then you're putting most of your weight on the heels of your feet, not on the ball, your heels. You're going to press up, load up from your heels, keeping the bar close to the body as possible. Come back up, squeeze those glutes. When you come down, go around the back, keeping the bar close. So steps to perfecting your deadlift. Make sure that your back is flat, but don't round to back. Like, what's the worst thing to do? You want to keep your chest up, your shoulders retracted. When you go down, well, I have an anterior pelvic tilt, so let me just take that in, come down, and then come up that way. That would be a way that you would go down and come back up while performing the deadlift.